Hi. Have you thought about the question I asked last time about what kind of a future you want? That is the fundamental question that we need to ask ourselves this election, and that's why I decided to run for Congress. Because I believe that the future is at stake, and I couldn't stay quiet any longer. What I consider the most important and foundational choice that you can make for your future is education, your own and your child's. The only way to achieve American exceptionalism for all Americans is to educate all of us equally. Yet American schools are rated 38th in the world. Let that number sink in. China is first. Russia beats us in math. And in some cities in our district, 80% of boys and 69% of girls age 15 are not at proficient levels of reading and math. What kind of a future are they going to have? This is what happened under 70 years of continual Democratic leadership in our district, under Donald Payne Jr.'s leadership. It's time for a change. I will make children a priority in Washington from day one. No child's quality of education should depend upon where they live. Children in low-income districts must be given the same level of education as the schools our leaders send their children to, as the private school Donald Payne Jr. sent his children to. In order to create true equality, we must provide equal education to every child. So if public schools are failing, charter schools must be an option for all children in low-income areas. We must make STEM education a priority to maintain our competitiveness around the world. Critical, independent thinking are a necessity and are sadly discouraged and suppressed in our current system. We must hire, support, and reward good teachers. And we need to ensure that there are safe, quality after-school programs and activities so no child falls through the cracks because their parents work. We spend $12 billion annually maintaining abandoned government buildings across the United States. Turn those buildings into after-school centers and use that money to support them. This should be common sense. And we need to better supervise how education funds are used, spending more on teaching and less on bureaucracy. We also must hold local officials accountable. How schools operate is important. Why do some fail and others succeed? It is not funding, despite what the Democrats keep saying to you. Newark has the highest school budget in the state and the lowest performance. We need to learn why. Do you think that these 15-year-olds who cannot read feel hope? One Newark public high school principal was overheard telling students that they don't need to drive, that public buses are good enough for them. What message is that teaching these children? It's telling them that they are stuck there, and why bother trying to go anywhere else or achieve anything else? We are failing these kids and we are stealing their futures. Donald Payne Jr. does not trust our public schools with his children. And if he has a choice on where to send his kids to school and he takes advantage of that choice, how in the world can he deny the people in his district that very same choice? And at the very least, how can he not fight to improve the public schools that he's forcing them into? I promise that if you vote for me in November, I will demand accountability and I will fight for equal education for all students, and I will support school choice. Visit jenzadone.com and learn how you can help today. And thank you for listening. Have a great day.